Hello, today let's talk about how to get your offer accepted when you're buying an investment property. The first thing to do is your research. Be prepared. Run your numbers on the property, know your math, know what the net operating income is, what's the cap rate in the market in that area, what is the cash flow, what's the return on investment. All of those things are things you want to be prepared before you place an offer. Also, Google the property. Do your research on the management of the property, what's going on with the management. The second point will be to understand the other party's needs. You want to ask them why they are selling their property and also what they intend to achieve at the end of the negotiation. There might be so many reasons why they are selling. I won't say they will give you the exact real reason why they are selling it, but during your research, you can always find out why they are selling. For example, there was this property that was almost close to foreclosure. We were going to put an offer, but the seller never told us about it. Thank goodness we did our research and we could find that if we had changed the closing date, this property would be going off on foreclosure. So those are the kind of things you find out when you're doing your research and getting prepared before putting an offer. Now, another point will be set your goals in priority. What do you want to achieve during this negotiation period? Are you going to get the most maintenance out of the seller, or you want to get the lowest price possible? You can do both, but which one will come first? So you know, if my goal is to pay the minimum amount, fine. If my goal is to get the property on the best top-notch shape, then you want to be prepared on that. Now you get to decide your strike price. How much are you going to offer for this property? What's your best price? You don't want to start with your best price. They call it haggling. You want to give a price a little bit below your best price. You know the seller is going to counter offer. And when they counter offer, you can go ahead and give your best price. Always anticipate the move of the seller. Think ahead. Don't be too emotional. If you were the seller, what will you do? Of course, if somebody is giving you a price that's very outrageous, you definitely react in a certain way. So think ahead and know what the seller might come back at you. However, maintain your cool and stick on what your best price or your strike price is going to be. And if you guys can come to an agreement, it's fine. You can always walk away feeling like you did something, and the seller too will know that they tried. Now, you want to keep an open mind. In a negotiation, you don't want to exploit the other party. You want it to be a win-win situation. You want the seller to also know that even though they didn't get the exact amount that they wanted, they are selling their property to somebody that cares a little bit about that property. So that's why you want to actually take the time to listen to the seller why they are selling that property. They might be in a very tough financial situation and they need to get rid of that property. Those are some things you want to be aware of. You also demonstrate empathy. Empathy just means that you want to acknowledge what's happening with the seller. Maybe they lost a spouse, that's why they're selling, or they're going through a tough situation. Don't just be cold and not acknowledge what's happening. A big trick is keeping silence after you offer your price. When you say your price and what you're demanding, wait for the seller to respond. Don't be too fast to justify. Those are my tricks. I hope that's going to help you during your next negotiation. Go to growwealtheasy.com and sign up on my one-on-one coaching, or you can sign up for my real estate classes. Thank you, and I hope you have a blessed day. This is your girl, Eveline Sofi. Bye.